My people were biologically determined for one purpose alone, to sense the coming of damn fine podcasts. I sense it coming now. You will never be able to podcast as good as us. Your tongue is too human.
Hey everybody, welcome to a Discovery Home Companion. This is Wade Bowen. With me is James Nolan.
Hey guys.
And Hugh Crawford.
Hello.
It's the week. This is before the Discovery is just about to launch, and I wanted to touch base real quick to just cover where we think we're at, because I feel like we released our prelude episode and our predictions, and now that the premiere has happened, the select premiere.
Right. And there were some notable people left out of that, right?
It's weird that, well, like Robert Hewitt Wolf, who was a writer on Deep Space Nine.
And from my understanding, critics.
Yes. Well, that's a lot of people. Yeah. Apparently the critics weren't invited. Are you sure they weren't invited to the premiere, or there's just an embargo?
It sounds like what they did was that they did with something similar to how they did Batman versus Superman.
Ooh.
No, I don't think that's
where they invited a bunch industry people
to Toronto
to see it, and then they had those industry people tweet out positive word of mouth, maybe over the top word of mouth. I'm not this show could be good, but it seems similar to that. And then they embargoed the legitimate critiques of it until the day that they show that the show opened.
Oh.
So
okay.
then, so what it was a lot of like.
I wanted to do this whole podcast because I thought we were going to be excited about it again, but it sounds like you're not.
Oh, I'm just saying that it seems like
because
a lot of
everybody in
I could be wrong.
IU9 had a whole article about it, and then everybody else. I saw people kind of shitting on IU9 for being just kind of pessimistic about it, because I agree. It's the embargo. I don't think, and this is the kind of company line on it, but I agree with it. The embargo wasn't because they thought it was bad. It's because when everybody reviews things, they put out plot summaries and they ruin it. And they don't want to do that because maybe there's a little bit of J.J. Abrams' mystery box in the show, but there's a lot of reveals.
But here's why nobody gives a shit about what you just said. Nobody gives a shit about that. What they could give a shit about is creating word of mouth.
Spoilers?
Yeah.
Nobody gives it. Are you talking?
Yeah, that's not true at all. Like I don't want to.
No, I'm not saying people. Wait,
man. That's like, what are you talking about?
I'm saying that people don't give a shit. I'm saying that the companies don't give a shit, and HBO does not give a shit if Game of Thrones has spoilers. They had more viewers after the episodes leaked. Like what they care about is word of mouth, and if they're stifling, what they want to see is the Alan Solar Seitz interview, their review. They want to see the Vulture has a review up 2 or 3 days before. That's why Marvel always has their
So what you're saying is that this company is being run by a bunch of old men, like showing Murder, She Wrote, and they're not with it.
No. I'm actually saying that they're doing what is a very documented and very new way of critic management. And they did it with, I said they did it with Batman vs. Superman, and that's true, but they did it more brazenly with Annabelle, Annabelle, I don't watch these movies.
I've never heard of that movie.
The Conjuring 2, Annabelle 4, or whatever, that just came out this year. They specifically had 20 reviewers release reviews like 3 weeks before the show opened that were all positive. And so it had like a 92 for 3 weeks on Rotten Tomatoes. But then as the week opened, they opened the embargo up to everyone else.
Oh, so they're trying to game it is what you're saying.
And so
you're trying to say they're gaming it.
After they got the Fandango tickets for Annabelle 4, Conjuring 15, then they flopped. Then it's like the river turned, and then all the real reviews came out. And it dropped to like a 50, like overnight. And that's what happened with Batman vs. Superman. That's what happened with several of them. And so I think that maybe they're trying to tight control the word of mouth of the episode. That's the maybe that's the cynical view of me, and I don't.
Yeah.
I think that you can tell reviewers not to put spoilers in. You can tell them that.
Well, I mean,
oh yes,
yeah, you can't.
They're so good at following directions.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just saying that
I don't know because I've been following the launch and the premiere this week, and I am the most excited I've been about the show. I'm super, and I see the cynical part.
Have you read a real review of it though?
I have no, because there's an embargo out, but I don't agree that I feel like they know that people are, I don't know. I feel like that they're trying to mystery box. They know it's a mystery box show and they don't want the spoilers getting out is what I honestly believe so far. And if it sucks on Monday when we do the podcast, then I'll eat crow about it. But everybody.
But my point is that if they
see, I mean, and the fact is, everybody
but you're excited
does
about it because you've heard good word of mouth. If the word of mouth was really good, they would rather have everybody know what's going to fucking happen in the episode and have good word of mouth and have a lot of people watching it. Then
I don't know if they would.
Well, we know Nana Visitor thinks it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love Nana Visitor, but like she's not a clean.
This is a streaming. I don't know if they would. They're doing a whole new thing with the all access streaming thing. It feels like they're
positive word of mouth is positive word of mouth.
Yeah, and all I'm hearing is
all those Marvel movies release their reviews 2 months in advance, 2 weeks in advance. They all have spoilers everywhere, all over the internet, 2 weeks before they open. Marvel doesn't care.
But okay, well, if this were an ABC show, that would be a different. This is a different. It's CBS, which I mean, yeah, CBS is dumb about a lot of stuff. So, but
I'm saying if the reviews were good,
I don't know. I feel like this whole show has been clouded in secrecy for like the last 19 months. They're not going to, and so they're committed to that. They're not going.
But it's also been shrouded in a lot of negative attention.
Yeah,
and it seems like fighting that would be a smart move on their part by fighting it with like, hey, look at these really fucking great reviews.
I mean, I've been following it close enough that where if people were watching it and had thought it was shit, but couldn't say anything about it, we'd still be hearing that starting to leak out. But
I don't know. I really remember that Batman versus Superman time, and there was like a 3-day period where everybody was really shiny bright about it. And by everybody, I mean the people that they just it's just what James said. It's kind of, I don't know. The jury's still out. So I'm kind of in the middle of you two. Okay. Wade, you kind of have a feeling that it's probably going to be fine.
I think it's going to be normal. I think it's going to be fucking great. That's what I think.
And then James is worried because this is shaken down like some old familiar stories.
I'm saying that if it's fucking great, they would let some writers say it's fucking great. The Thursday episode podcast of The Watch would have talked about how they just watched it and they don't want to get into spoilers, but it's fucking great. I would have been reading a Vulture article because it's Thursday leading into a weekend show.
Maybe it's because
Game of Thrones.
Maybe it's because that shit would just fucking make, even if I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see Vulture talking it. I want to go in blind.
But that's but like they're not catering to people who don't want to hear word of mouth. They're catering to people who do.
The Orville certainly got out of their way. Yeah, they didn't want to go up against the premiere. That's for damn sure. I mean, here we are, week 3 of the Orville, and instead of having their 3rd episode on Sunday night, they went ahead and changed to Thursday night. So I don't know. I guess it's a Thursday night show from here on out.
What is the rating? I'm looking at the ratings of the Orville.
Well, see, they probably planned on it playing out like this because they have calendars and they know when Star Trek Discovery is going to premiere. And they were they have Sunday night football on Fox or Sunday afternoon football rather, as one of their products that they could piggyback the Orville, they can launch it into. So, I mean, I don't think it's a sign that the industry thinks that Discovery is going to be that great. It's just more of a sign that the Orville people are really smart about how they market their show.
Oh, it says it got great. Wait, it's saying their Orville got great reviews for the premiere. So
because I didn't see any of those. I heard.
So there wasn't. Yeah, I didn't see. I
heard nothing.
Good thing about
I'm looking it up though, and it's saying that these people that follow that say that the Orville got great ratings for the premiere.
Oh, it got great ratings, but not reviews.
Oh, ratings, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing people care.
See, there was no embargo on the Orville.
Yeah.
There was no. They had negative reviews for a week. So I'm just saying that it is never. Has it ever been that there's been a critical embargo going into the weekend on a TV show or a movie, and that movie turned out to be good? Has that ever happened?
Probably. I don't know. I don't have a thing to look it up. My whole thing is,
I don't know.
It feels like because everything I see in this week seems to be about how character focused it is, and all the character stuff I'm reading. I mean, I've been burnt by shit before. I was real excited about Alien Resurrection when that aired back in the 90s. Boy, was I wrong on that one.
I actually like that movie.
What?
I can make an argument for that movie.
What?
I can make an argument for Alien Resurrection.
I've never felt less close to you than I do right now.
Actually, I can make an argument for that movie. I don't hate it.
Oh my God, I hate that movie so much.
Anyway,
I was so excited because it burnt me. It burnt me real bad because I saw it like day it came out, and I was oh my God, it's this Delicatessen City of Lost Children guy doing them. This is great, and then
a Joss Whedon script.
Yeah, right. Well, I didn't give a shit about him back then, but I did hear about how great the script was.
I'm just saying, embargo and critics is never a good sign.
All right. Well, I think I'm kind of thinking that it's probably a mystery box aspect that they're really proud of, and that they don't want spoiled.
That's because it felt like they committed to like not wanting the spoilers to get out.
But I don't understand. They've had two premieres. They've had two premieres,
and then I keep hearing shit from those premieres about how everybody liked it.
But yes, okay, that's true. They've done that's how they do it now to fake. To grease the wheels of things. That's how they do it. But nonetheless...
Yeah, but I feel like I would have read on Reddit somewhere.
But nonetheless, if they were worried about the mystery box, element, then why open up two giant theaters in LA and New York to everybody in the fucking world but critics? I'm sure I can go out of it, but I'm sure I can go on 4chan and get the fucking, like, what happens in the episode right now.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying. I feel like I would have found that shit because I've been kind of paying attention, but
you went on 4chan.
I don't go on 4chan because fuck that, man.
You gotta get there. Well, the film and TV section is not the political section, but still, it is. It's still you're committing. You're committing to being in a 4chan environment. Yes.
Yeah, fuck that, man.
Yeah, it looks like there's no ratings for Sunday night's episode, and obviously not tonight's episode. But the Orville had good ratings, so maybe I don't know. Maybe you're right, Hugh. Maybe it was the plan all the time.
I feel like they don't want to go up against Star Trek, the show they're ripping off.
I remember that's Sunday. What like Twin Peaks ran for 18 episodes, and then 10 of those or 7 of those in the middle, Game of Thrones was airing, and Twin Peaks just did their time to not go up against Game of Thrones in those 7 weeks. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought I'd get you all on here and talk about how excited we were about Star Trek Discovery.
Well, I think
one or 2 days before the launch, and it's like, well, that blew up in my face.
No. I think this was a good discussion. It's interesting to see we're on record 2 or 3 days before launch. On how our feelings are. I think I'm somewhere in the middle where I wouldn't be surprised if they were hiding a stinko. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were hiding some mystery box stuff. And so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a stinko mystery box. Don't get me wrong. I actually hate the mystery box most of the time, but I'm on board here.
We've documented that they're clearly playing some sort of, there's something that they're not telling.
Yeah.
There's a lot of elements that point towards things not making sense. So there's going to be like a first episode reveal that ties it all together. But I will say that I'm still open. I don't have irredeemable issues with the show.
Yeah.
And in fact, I would say the more of the clips and stuff that's come out has made me feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, me too. Like
it doesn't look as cheap as I thought it might from the first couple trailers.
Oh, it looks slick as hell, but but
it looked the first trailers looked slick in a way like it was like they're playing with the upgrading with the color or something like that.
Sure.
It doesn't, but the rest of them like they're actually like
the
scene with her on the hull of the ship with the Klingon in the Halo costume. That didn't look like the worst thing in the world to me, and that was predicated in the core things that I was irritated about. So I'm more positive. I was up until I heard about the critic embargo. I was more positive. Then I heard about the critic embargo, and I was like, "Oh, this sucks."
I was like a little bit weirded out, and then I saw David Mack had a huge long Twitter tirade against that IO9 article shitting on the embargo. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm on David Mack's side, though. Clearly, he's got a horse in that race because he's writing the
not only that, but he's got his next book is a discovery novel. So.
I think it launches Monday or something. But
so again, he's on the team,
right? So, right. But I think Kirsten Beyer. Like I said, I've said in the past podcast we've done. I love the writers they've assembled outside of the producers that likely aren't the writers. But yeah, all right. So, all right. Well, yeah, I thought we'd have some nice bubblegum before the premiere, but it got a little bit contentious. That's cool.
I'm not trying to be salty.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, we'll be salty or not.
Yes, we will.
Pretty soon in just a few days.
Wait, let's go. Wait. I think that we're under the assumption that we're all going to come in from the first episode feeling the same way. Do we think? Are we gonna bet on that?
I don't know. I mean, the odds are that we're exactly where we are now, where I'm deluding myself. Like, it wasn't that bad, guys. Really? And you're like, no, wait, it was horrible. What are you talking about? Phantom Menace was a great movie. Like, that's very possible.
If you had caught me walking out of the Phantom Menace, I would have said I loved it.
Yeah.
I would have said I loved it the first time.
Right. Oh, the first
And then I would have. I think I watched it with you.
Did you?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I would have said that. I think I may have said it weird. I loved it, guys.
Do we want to wrap this section up and then give people a chance to call us and explain?
Oh, I think that's a great idea.
What our schedule will be with our production after launch?
Well,
where they can catch us.
Yeah, well, you can reach us if you want to tell us what. I mean, there's going to be a short window this time, but going forward, you can reach us if you want to give us a call at 917-408-3898. We have a voicemail there where you can give us your thoughts about Discovery or what kind of jerks or how right we are, whatever. Or we have another podcast, The Rules of Acquisition, where we have an email address, rulesofacquisitionpodcast@gmail.com. You can email us there and just tell us about Discovery, and we'll take a look at it. Or catch us on Twitter at acquisitionpod. Also for that, we're pretty active on, and everything else, right?
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, and and we're gonna get these out as fast as we can after the episodes air. So keep a lookout, right?
All right.
Well, thanks again for listening. We hope you've enjoyed this little drop-in on Star Trek Discovery. We hope that you join us for the first episode next week. And for Wade, James, and Hugh, 3 to beam out.
This has been an ROA podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes or Stitcher or Caster or Fuckcast or Podsucker. Review us on iTunes. Also grab a bit of fame for yourself by calling us at 917-408-3898 and leaving us a message. We play that shit on air. Or email us at rulesofacquisitionpodcast@gmail.com. Also, listen to our Deep Space Nine podcast, Rules of Acquisition. It is pretty amazing, but you may not yet be ready for its awesome amazingness. Assess your personal awesomeness appropriately.
$5.99 is highway robbery.